W-O-D-S. Teven was T-A-V-O-N-W-O-D-S. And the reason we're gathered here today is to honor the life of 13-year-old Kaniyah Baker. Tragically, this is where she was beaten, and not just beaten, but her body was also burned after she ran away from her foster parents' home and came, apparently was brought here, and it's just a sad case. So that's why we're here today.
So, you guys also being foster kids from Sumter, what about her story, compelled to you guys, to want to come out here today and walk in her honor?
It's just crazy because, we can relate. We know the system. We've been through it. We got taken away at birth. And it's just so crazy. That's why we do what we do and we speak up, because so much kids go through so much things in the system. We've been through a lot. That's why we go so hard with our movement. And it's just so sad. It's heartbreaking, man, that a kid had to go through.
Can you guys speak to some of her background as far as maybe where she might have been from and maybe the relation to you guys?
I learned that she's actually from South Carolina. And honestly, it hit really hard because, we wasn't related to her in any shape or form, but at the end of the day, her being from where we're from, it's just heartbreaking because at the end of the day, you hear a lot of these stories, and it's like it gets to a point where everybody's talking about it for a couple of weeks. A month go by, 2 months go by, and it's like everybody just kind of forget about it. So it's like our goal is to make sure that these kids' names are, forever live on. And we want to be able to allow people all around the world to know about these stories and what happened to this young girl.
What does it mean for you guys today to, have this support with you here, walking in her honor? I mean, it seemed like you guys both came from similar starting points, but, you guys are both standing here today, doing everything that you've done. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us.
And it's amazing to have the support, man, because it's one thing if just me and him show up, but we have other, it's power in numbers. So when we bring people together, I feel like that's where more change comes. Because we make a lot of noise by ourselves, but just imagine that we got hundreds of people behind us, the noise just get louder.
What do you think should be remembered the most about Kaniyah?
I think what should be remembered most about Kaniyah is just her face. It's kind of hard to just ignore the fact that she was just 13 years old, a beautiful young lady. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's like you think about it, 13 years old, young black lady, grow up in a foster care system. And a lot of people don't understand how hard it is to go through foster care. A lot of people hear the stories, but you have two walking testimonies that have been through so much in the system, the hurt, the pain of just not even knowing who our parents was or not knowing what love was, any of that. So it's just it's very heartbreaking when I heard about this story, I was like, man, 13, I was, thriving at 13 and, stuff. But we just want everybody to remember her face and her name.
Yeah, I mean, you just brought up an excellent point. 13 in 7th grade. And the two people she was with, 15 and 16, it's like 10th grade, 11th grade.
Exactly.
Is there anything else, I guess, you guys would want to add about, I just look at the story and it's like, she was a foster kid. She didn't really have a support system. Assuming when you guys were growing up, finding that support system wasn't necessarily maybe the easiest way to navigate about it. Kind of speak on the importance of, having that support system and, what that can do for people.
Man, support is so important. Why? Because you got to think. You can't, it's but so much you can do by yourself. But if you got people that got your back, people that love you, I feel like that's what a lot of kids in foster care don't get. They don't get that love, they don't get that support, they don't get that affection. So it makes them, as a kid, you going through that as a kid and you're like, wow, these people choose to take me in or whatever, and they not choosing to love me correctly, not support me correctly. So having that support, you can really thrive on support. Not having it is hard. You can thrive without it too, but it's harder. But man, having that support is very important.
Just from the outside, I'm looking at this story, I'm thinking, foster kid, she's probably, if she's not happy in the foster situation she's in, she's maybe feeling like she doesn't have any of that kind of support. Unfortunately, that's why these kids end up in these kinds of situations. I don't know, it's
Do you guys maybe have any words for the children maybe going through a similar situation like her, who maybe are thinking of running away or are in that in that mind frame, and maybe any words for the family?
It is the crazy part about the foster care system that a lot of people don't really know is that the reason why a lot of kids run away from their foster homes or their adoptive parents' home is because they're probably missing something. And oftentimes when a child is missing something, they would do anything to go get it. Whether that's love, whether that's attention, whether that's drugs, whether that's anything. It's like a lot of people look at the fact that she ran away, but a lot of people don't want to understand what was the reason for her running away. She ran away from her foster family house, so apparently she wasn't happy. And oftentimes they always ask the foster parents how do they feel or anybody else, but they never get to a point where they're asking the child, how do you feel? Are you comfortable here? Is this a place that you really want to stay? So I would say to any child out there, it's not even really much to say, because all of the right people that you're supposed to go to for help, when you talk about foster care, always seem like it's the wrong people. So it's like it gets to a point where a lot of us kids in foster care, we attempt to commit suicide, we run away, or we do something to get locked up because we don't know what else to do. So it's just like, I would just say, just find somebody that you trust, as hard as it is, and that's why we want the world to just pay more attention. We've been walking around the country for 3 years. 3 years going all around the world, sharing these the stories of these kids, in hopes for people to be like, why can't this whole street be packed? It should be easy. We do it for everything else. It's like we got a 13-year-old girl that it's nothing that we can do. It's nothing that we can say that can bring this young lady back. So it's to a point now, it's like, what are we gonna do now? So I would say to the family, I don't know the family, I haven't done any research about the family or anything like that, but to the family, we're gonna make sure that we keep Kanaya's name alive, and to every child out there in the foster care system, we will make sure that we keep y'all names alive as well.
That was the question I was trying to figure out how to ask.
Look, we worked it through.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, we've been working on it.
It's the one scenario where we're having an obnoxiously marked vehicle.
Oh, you good?
Julian, yeah.
JULIAHARRINGTON.
And what made you want to come out and support them?
Our coach had told us what happened, and we just thought we should come out, show our support, give back to the community any way that we could today.
Obviously, kind of a grueling story. What does it mean to, be here with your teammates, walking in support of, this poor 13-year-old girl who was murdered?
I think it just gives us another day to bond and connect with ourselves, and also just have a moment of self-reflection and just find ways that we could be supportive to other people around us who may be experiencing the same thing.
What would you say to, maybe younger girls in the community that, maybe are looking for, some sense of support, similarly to maybe Kanaya?
Try to reach out to somebody older than you, somebody that's in your community center, your school. Just somebody that you may look up to just reach out to and be able to call and ask questions, even if you think you may have found a friend, just have somebody that you can lean on.
And what is the importance, you would say, of having, events like this, in remembrance of, foster kids that unfortunately, had the same fate as Kanaya?
I guess it's just important to have a figure in your life, even if you are in the community center or a foster child. Just try to have somebody that you can lean on, even if you don't really want to always go back to them, just to have somebody you can call in moments that you feel uncertain.
Is there anything else you guys want to add? I know your teammate here was kind of hogging the mic a little bit, but it's all right. Don't all jump at once.
I kind of wanted to ask, what you guys' initial reaction to this news was, like how you felt.
It was very heartbreaking to hear. She's 13, she was in 7th grade. Like Julia said, we just here to support, and it's just a sad story.
What kind of
feelings are going through your head right now, just standing at the place where she was found? What kind of presence does that have?
Definitely sends chills through your body. It's just not something you want to hear about.
And is there any message you want others to hear that's most important to you right now? Anything else you want to ask?
Thank you guys.
Appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming out. Honestly, this isn't the way that we want to gather, but as hard as it is being a foster, you know, me and my brother was foster kids. We got taken away at birth. Our mom was on drugs. They took us right out of the hospital. We went 17 years on that live. We didn't know where we was from. We didn't know who our parents was. Our adopted parents treated us like we was horrible. They would abuse us. I tried to commit suicide multiple times. So this is very personal to me. I see a lot of people really get to enjoy their family, and I'm 20-something now, and I still don't have that. The family, the mom, the dad, all of that stuff. So you guys that have that, make sure y'all cherish that, because just like Kanaya, she ran away from her foster home and ended up here somehow and got beaten to death. And not just beaten to death, but her body was also burnt at 13 years old. I'm pretty sure we got little brothers, little sisters, little cousins, nieces, and nephews. So even though that we're not kin to her, everybody should still feel some type of way, because it's like, wow, that could have been my little brother, my little sister. So it's like, at the end of the day, stuff like this is very important. Me and my brother been walking around the country for 3 years now, just going all over the world, letting people know that foster kids matter, and doing what we do now. So this is very, very important, and we appreciate each and every one of you all from the bottom of our heart for coming out today, because you guys didn't have to come, but you guys made a way, so we appreciate you all. The reason why I like coming to the place, me and my brother went to Hawaii last year for a 10-year-old girl that got killed. We did the same thing. We went to the house that she got killed at, because it's like, at the end of the day, like, I feel as though people should do that, because it's like, we can't relive what happened, but you can kind of try to like, be like, dang, I wonder what really, if you're a person like me, I be trying to figure out details. Like, I want to know what, like, I really want to go in the house. Like, I really want to go in the house. I really want to see her body, all of this stuff, because I like knowing details and stuff like that. But we're gonna do a walk. We probably gonna just head out this way and go this way, hit the street, and then just come back around. So it's probably like half a mile. We ain't gonna do y'all too bad. We normally do 20 miles. We've been doing 20 miles. It ain't no joke. But at the end of the day, me and my brother, we sacrifice our lives to do what we do for the foster kids, and we don't get paid for nothing. We do everything is from the heart. We stopped working 3 years ago, and we ain't turned back since. God been taking care of us. We have the opportunity to travel all across the world. So many people know who we are and what we do. It's a blessing for God, because we're from a small town. Cause I know Peyton, you're from Mounts Corner, right? Yeah, she's from Mounts Corner. You're from Hartsville, right? And a couple of other people from South Carolina. But we from a small town called Greeleyville. We more so close to where she from, Mounts Corner. I actually used to stay in Mounts Corner, but we from a little small town, population of 300 folks. So it's like, to do what we do, man, it's definitely a blessing, man, because, a lot of people don't make it where we from, so it's definitely a blessing. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start walking. And I like to tell people, when you're doing these walks, just kind of think about the situation, right? Because at the end of the day, like, you gotta kind of just put everything on pause for a little minute, and relationships, the game yesterday, I asked everybody just put it on pause. Y'all did good yesterday. We wanted to meet y'all after, but we had to go. But just try to just think about what Kanaya had to go through, because I'm pretty sure she had to walk down this way. I'm pretty sure she didn't get dropped, but I'm pretty sure she walked. Because they said she was 15 miles away from her foster home. That's a long walk. But as we walk, just kind of everybody just kind of just be serious for a little minute. Probably about 30 minutes. And then we can get back to the joking and laughing and the playing. And then after that, we'd be good to go. So yeah. Anybody want to say anything? Coach Gaines, you want to say something?
No, well, thank you guys. We did the walk at Georgia Southern, so I'm forever grateful for the opportunity. I also used to work at a foster care too, so I kind of got a big heart, so I appreciate everything you guys do. Thank you for having us.
I just want to say thank you guys so much. You know, a lot of these kids don't understand foster care, and I wish we had more kids out here right now, but I just want to say I appreciate it. I never heard of you guys, but I will.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I really appreciate everything that you guys do.
Yes, ma'am. Appreciate it. All right. Oh yeah, Monty, you went to Georgia Southern, right? Yeah, she went to Georgia Southern. She's fine. So yeah, all y'all fired up. Y'all did great yesterday. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start off.
Okay, so this must be back.